This week's parasha, Tazria-Metzora, starts off, Isha ki Tazria v'yoda zachar. Starts off talking about childbirth, about having children. And then it continues with tzaras. Why does the parasha continue with tzaras? Why? It seems to be a very strange connection going from birth to tzaras. There are issues of Tumah and Tara, Seder, but the issue of having a child, the issue of Bris Milah, that doesn't fit together with the Indian of Stam, Tumah and Tara and Tzaras especially. At the end of this parasha, at the end of Parasha Tazria, we have something called Tzaras HaBeged, where your garment starts to have things growing on it. Okay? Ramban, Sforno, other Rishonim say this is not natural. This is not normal. This is not something which is b'teva. It's not something that comes in nature. Right? It's something which is totally miraculous because of what Klal Yisrael did on their madrega. You have in Parshas Metzora, Tzaras Habayis. Houses don't grow tzaras. It doesn't happen, right? Unless you've got liquid, you've got retivut, then it starts growing green. But otherwise, the house doesn't start getting red and green, okay? It's not teva. So Ramban and the other Mefarshim say, these are things that when Klal Yisrael is on a madrega, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu speaks to us. So then, HaKadosh Baruch Hu goes ahead and does things to let us know, Rabbosai, you're not doing things right. There are things that have to be done better. So if there's some chisaron, they'll make a tzaras in the house. If we don't get the lesson, be tzaras on the beged. Don't take the lesson, be tzaras on the goof. Okay. But these are not natural things. As the Sforno says, we don't have it today, because we're not in the madrega. We're not in the madrega that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should go ahead and show us these lessons so blatantly. We have to be in a madrega for it. But psoriasis. Yeah, that's also not tzaras. Okay, there is a natural thing that they call leprosy, but that's also not the tzaras of the Torah is talking about. The idea is that when Klal Yisrael is on a proper level, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, according to what you are, that's the way the natural world will be. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, when you are in a proper level, then I will make the nature of the world be different for your personal level. That's a very interesting thing. Because the pshat is, from that, what we have to understand is, there is no such thing as teva. Famous Ramban in Parshas Bo, from Big Nisim, we have to learn that there is no such thing as nature. Nature itself is a miracle. Everything that HaKadosh Baruch Hu made is a miracle. Right? I think I told you once, I said to a young man who didn't believe in anything. So I said to him, he says to me, everything is science. I said, yeah, science can tell you what? Science cannot tell you why. Explain to me, why does gravity work? Nobody can tell you. Nobody can tell you. It's there. It does work. But why? Nobody can explain it. Right? So same thing with many physical laws of the world. From Big Nisim, we have to come to learn that all teva is a mess. So the tzaras is there that HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, according to your maasim, I'm going to change teva. In order that you should know that when teva is not changed, it's also HaKadosh Baruch Hu blessing and giving us. And therefore, The opening of the parsha is later. And then we go to Tzaras. Because the Torah wants to say to us, you think that childbirth is natural? You think that childbirth is teva? When a child is born, it's the greatest miracle in the world. Every child is born, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu makes it, that there's a development of a child, and the child can be born. And even the changeover from the womb to outside to breathing air, where before you're living without air, these things are total miracles. From HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us from changes in Teva to recognize that everything is the hand of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And we have to see that in our lives too. We live Nisim. We here in this country live in the last year and a half with Nisim. Nisim. And we forget it. We get used to it. Kosh Baruch Hu says, don't forget it. Recognize what I'm doing for you. From that, you can recognize that everything that we have is Nisim. That it's all from the hands of the Rabbi Shalom. Tazria-Metzora teaches us, Rabbosai, when things go wrong, then you say, oh, it's Hashem. No. When things go right, it's also Hashem. We should be blessed that when things go right, we can stand and look and say, thank you, Rabbi Shalom. We realize that everything that we have, all of nature, all of the world, and especially in Eretz Yisrael, with everything that we have, it's all Yad Hashem, miracle of the Rabbi Shalom, and for that we are chayiv to have Hakara Satov, the deepest Hakara Satov to the Rabbi Shalom, for everything that he's given us.